That's how we're starting out.
So
Good morning, Sherry.
Is it doing it now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remind me to tell you about that when this is over.
Oh, okay. Well, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. How are you today?
I'm good. So, welcome to our podcast for I've asked Sherry this 3 times. I think it's February 7th. Recording here from Collab-Works. And I don't know. She and I have just been sitting here talking. Again, we don't have a plan. That's kind of what we want to do with our podcast is be unscripted, but talk about meaningful subjects at the same time. And so we come in here a little early and we just chit chat and try to figure out where to start. And what I just said to Sherry was, I just watched the Grammys, and she just kind of went, "Did you watch the Grammys, Sherry?"
I did not.
But you heard stories about the Grammys.
I've seen a couple pictures.
Yeah. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was, there was a lot of interesting things that happened. Some good performances, but then I think all the after discussions is what really kind of shocked me. Maybe things I missed, I wasn't focused on, or that cameras were focused on. And what was it you were just talking about that everyone's talking about, and I haven't seen it yet?
There was a young woman in her dress. That's all I'm going to say.
This is the dress that you could see through?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Was there anything under the dress?
Her.
Okay. That's kind of what I heard. I'm going to have to look it up. That, and then I think something about the award for Best Album. There were some looks and people maybe kind of reading into that, thinking that, that wasn't right or whatever. But, not mine to say. I didn't see any of that. I just know that it always creates a bunch of negative buzz. I think it's something for people to talk about sometimes, actually.
It is.
Negative publicity is good publicity, so.
I honestly don't watch a lot of television. I forget.
Why?
So growing up, we just had 3 channels. If the antenna was turned straight.
3, 6, and 12.
We had 3, 6, and 12. Yes, if the antenna. Sometimes we got KET.
Us too. Did you ever put tinfoil on the top of the antennas?
No, we had one that was outside the house, and we would have to go and kind of flip it outside the house. It was a little bit taller. We lived out in the country. I guess it was farther for it to get to us. And I just remember, as a young kid, my dad always coming in and saying, "You girls watching that idiot box again?" Huh? And as I have gotten older, I now see it a lot of times as an idiot box. So I have I've withdrawn from it quite a bit. I've got a couple of shows. They are just comedy relief shows, and I watch just very little news.
Yeah, because the news is so negative.
Everything's so negative.
And it's scary. And if I watch the news, I always think I want to start my day by knowing what's going on in my world. So I start with my local news, and then I go into national news. And so by the time I finish getting ready, I'm in a negative space thinking, the world's falling apart. Everything's bad. And that's just really not true. It's just that negativity makes news, kind of like what we was talking about with the Grammys. The Grammys, it's not all the greatness or the wonderful performances that makes that's not what people are seeking out. They're seeking out the woman in the dress that you could see through, I guess. And these looks that we're giving for different awards where maybe people didn't agree. But let's talk about that for a minute. We should all still have opinions, right?
Agree.
Why would we all think the same? That's why there's groups of people that vote on things. And I'm not saying it was right or wrong. I don't know. I know the Grammys, they put together what they said was 13,000 people. Those people were the voters. They they gave these awards. And so I trust in that, But that just means the majority of people, not all people. Everybody has different likes and dislikes. And this whole thing of feeling like everybody should see things your way or have the same thought patterns as you do or like the same things you do. It's just, can I say the word asinine? It's asinine.
That word, but I didn't know you were going to. That's the word you were going to use.
That's what we're going to say because I I do. I think it is. And I think we take away so much from what we all have to offer. So we all want to talk about individuality. I'm having a hard time talking this morning. And what we bring to the table. But at the same time, by the same token, I feel like everybody wants to shut people down that have a different thought or a different idea. Or, hey, let's talk about it. But really what I mean is go ahead and give me your opinion, Sherry, because then you feel good that you gave me your opinion. But in the end, I'm going to win because I have a better idea. Like, is that what we're all going to the table with now? Not you. I know you're not. But I'm saying in general, I see some of that.
I think there's probably some days I do actually come to the table like that. Depends on how I fed myself first. And I don't mean how I have fed myself with food. It's how I fed myself with thought. And you talked about getting up in the morning and listening to the news and then going to the worldwide news and stuff like that. I get up in the morning and I don't turn it on. I'll glance at it just a second to see the weather report coming in. And I don't even worry about the weather report. I'm smart enough to know that if it's raining outside, put something over your head if you don't want it to get wet. And I just don't worry about that, and I kind of go about my day, but I try to pick something that is not as negative, and an affirmation to start my day with, some scripture, things like that to start my day with.
Good healthy food.
Healthier food. I try to start with healthier food.
Good. I think we just get into ruts. I know
when I come to a table and that here's a problem that we need a solution to, that my mindset is already not better, but my mindset is prepared a little bit more. We talked about mindsets a little bit yesterday. I had the B mindset.
It's so funny that you're saying that because what I brought today are these buzzwords that I'm tired of. Guess what one of them is?
I hope it's not me.
No, it's mindset.
Oh,
I'm tired of it. Oh, so I started with the Grammys because during the Grammys, of course, music is the original collaborators. Well, actually we all are, but we used to always call it networking. So now it's called collaboration. And I'm watching the Grammys the other night, and maybe everybody else was focused on other things.
Or why is it called collaboration instead of network? It's working too hard for people?
I don't know. Collaboration became well, maybe networking has worked, but I think collaboration just became the buzzword. And so if you're doing something in business, you need to be collaborating. And anyway, when I was watching the Grammys, going back to what I was saying, maybe other people were focused on things, but I would hear that word collaboration and I'd go, oh, I actually had that physical reaction to it. And so it was bad. Like I had to do some relaxing shoulder workout afterwards because they use it in every sentence, because that's the big thing with music right now is all the musicians, they are collaborating. You've got country collaborating with rock, and they're mixing the genres, and that's really neat, and it gives us these neat new sounds, and a much bigger world as far as music and what to listen to. And so then you get people that only listen to country now getting a taste of pop, and kind of being fed something, well, like they're eating the broccoli and they don't even know that you're eating the broccoli. That'd be like Lenny, got to feed him something that doesn't look like broccoli, and then all of a sudden he's like, I like that. And I'm like, oh, it's broccoli. And he's like, oh.
And it's too late.
So that's kind of what the collaborations, I think, have done in a way, is be able to give a way to reach an audience that you were not otherwise going to reach. But anyway, I feel like even with the name of Collab-Works, like I'm having a hard time with its name, because I named it Collab-Works because it is a collaboration, but it's also networking, but it's just, now that word is so overused that I have a really hard time with that. And mindset, that's another one. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to down your word. Okay. Sorry. But I thought it would be a good discussion. Like, why do we latch on to words and just use them to death? To where they, when we use them so much, they kind of lose their power. And I feel like in the business world, collaboration is losing its power. I hear people all the time, oh, let's get together and collaborate. And honestly, some of the people that have said that to me, I've never even seen or heard from them again. They didn't want a collaboration. It was just the buzzword to use in the discussion. It's like networking. You're getting together with people you like, you want to get together with them. Collaboration, I feel like, is just something to say. It feels like you're in the know. You're using the right word. You're doing the right thing, but you don't even mean it. It's not even sincere anymore. Is that me?
No, it's not me. I'm thinking about you saying that about collaboration. Because I actually felt that way about the word network.
Oh.
I would go to events with the intention of, socializing and building connections with people so that it would help our work be easier. It would help us with the inflow of clients or knowledge, resources to use within our community. And I got to feeling that way about networking, that when I would go to some of these events sometimes, that it was really all more social and nobody cared about work. So it really drained me to prepare and try to come and try to think and things like that of how can I help somebody else work smarter, or how can I work to feed the clients into them, or how can I work to teach them how to feed clients into me?
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I'm putting all these hours in for work and there's not
a return. Let's just say the return on investment counted. But that's true. And it's like once the power's gone from the word has no meaning. And to me, when that happens, the actions have no meaning. I do feel like it has become more of social events, and getting together with people you like or whatever, and it's just overused and shocking to me. Say the word. Say it.
I already forgot that word. Collaboration.
Oh, did you see that?
I saw that. Well, I think we get into the point of where, there are three types of exchanges. There is an exchange in abundance, there's a fair exchange, and there's a criminal exchange. And I believe that when we started using the word networking, or we started to use the word collaboration, it was in an exchange in abundance.
Yes.
And then it got overused, and it kind of, came down a little bit more of, we'll just be fair. And then it got into where it was a criminal exchange, that somebody would come to the table with a little bit more or try, and it felt like
one came prepared and one came with nothing, just ready to be fed, right?
Yes, we actually had this discussion at the lunchroom table, elementary school, and who did not bring their pencil and paper?
I know it wasn't me because I wasn't there, so it had to be you.
No. I always came prepared with my pencil.
All right, well then you set me up. Tell us.
Oh, I was the one that. I'm gonna name his name.
Oh, okay. There.
Because it was the real person. I'm not gonna name his name. It was in my.
But what was his? Was he was somebody that was supposed to bring a lot of information or had an important role?
I don't know, because when this was, it's a childhood memory. I was in the 3rd grade and loved my 3rd grade teacher. And it was a long time ago. And I would know, you're supposed to bring certain things, and it never failed. I would always have my 2 pieces of paper, 2 pencils, or whatever it was. I always had what I needed there. But this person that was next to me, never.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought we were actually going to call somebody out, not by name, but by role. But Sherry, that's you come to everything prepared. Everything. I come to nothing prepared. That's why you and we're like magnets, right? We can do things together because you balance me in a really good way. And I balance you in, I don't know, maybe more of a chaotic, crazy way. Just to let's just like kind of freelancing. Well, let's just do this. And you want to be prepared. And I think somewhere in the middle, we do a good job with that.
I think so, because I've from the beginning of this have overthought.
Yeah, and I have underprepared
Overthinking.
But so anyway, overthinking, thank goodness that's not one of our words today. So, but collaboration was, and mindset was. And so anyway, I asked for some, I thought about it and I made some notes. And then I brought in a third, we're going to call it a person because we're all, and I don't care if you say you're not using AI, you're lying. Okay. Just going to call that out too. So I brought in some AI because I was curious, like, what would AI have to say about it? Like, let me leave my biases or whatever, for whatever reason that I'm having these triggers to these words, and let's ask AI. So it was pretty interesting. So so it named the episode, Let's Retire These Buzzwords for Good. And I was like, okay, I'm in. I like it.
Okay.
Let's do it. So win, AI, win, right there. Here's the opening that it wrote for us. All right, let's just get into it. Over it. Over the business buzzwords. Overhearing mindset, collaboration, hustle culture. Yep, tired of that one too. And every other word that's been drained of actual meaning. And that's my problem. It's not that I hear it all the time. It's just that it doesn't carry any impactful meaning. And AI knew that. All right, so back to this. They used to mean something, but now they're just noise. So today we're going to strip them down and talk about what actually matters. Didn't he do a good job, or she? I don't know. AI, they, them, whatever. But it did a good job. I think that we're going to ask AI to be a guest on every podcast we do because you're going to bring your bias. I'm going to bring my bias. And then we're going to put AI in the middle because, hey, it has got all of the world's information. And so I think when we ask AI something, we're not going to give it what we think. We're just going to ask the question. Or like in this instance, I was just like, tell me why we use these buzzwords and how can we get rid of them? And then give me a list of the most used buzzwords. So anyway. So it gave us discussion flow. Keep it loose and opinionated, Sherry. Loose and opinionated.
Well, we definitely
So now
kept it
here,
loose.
I'm going to let you.
Kept it opinionated. We would have to use that bleeper button.
Well, we would. But yes. I think just our show, I think we are opinionated people. So I'm going to let you read the first point here in the discussion from AI.
Okay, the depth of meaningful words. Remember when collaboration actually meant working together, not just another way to say networking event. Oh my goodness. I know my memory's short, but I do remember just hearing this somewhere. How mindset has turned into an excuse for everything instead of the real process of learning and adapting.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. And I couldn't come up with the words, just that it's lost its meaning. But AI, thankfully, our new partner knew exactly how to say that because it has, let's just read that again, mindset has turned into an excuse for everything instead of a real process of learning and adapting. So we don't really want to have a real process. I'm guilty of that, but I just do that by nature. But Sherry always has a real process. But in the middle somewhere, we all have just started to use mindset because that's just an escape from a real process. And that's just our excuse. Let me just fix my mind. Now, Sherry will tell you, I do believe in all this kind of foo-foo stuff. I believe in affirmations. I believe in mindset. I believe in vision boards. I believe in manifesting. I'm just tired of the words. So what's the next one?
Why do people latch onto these words instead of saying what they actually mean? Well, they're afraid they're going to hurt somebody else's feelings.
Yeah, what? So we had to all of a sudden have things that were okay to say. Or, again, I think it was just about being in that world. Like, oh, I know all the buzzwords, so I am a real professional in my field. Well, I'm calling bull bleep. That's what I'm calling. Did you get that?
I did get that.
Sherry and I, we have some buttons that we can use, but we can't use them yet because I am still trying to figure out some of the technology. So for now, we'll go bleep. It's bull bleep. Okay, cool. All right. What was the fun idea? I see that
throw out some of the most annoying buzzwords you've heard lately and react to them. I like that. Wait, threw me an arrow to flip it over. to the buzzwords. Back page. Blank.
No, but look,
Typical Aundrea. Come unprepared. Be creative.
let's just see.
Give Sherry the blank piece of paper.
Okay, but look, it was just on the next page. All right, let's just.
What the instructions say?
All right, let's just read through these. Look at what AI. We're gonna have to give our AI a name. We won't do that today. We'll save that for our next episode. But it's gonna have a name. But just read this with some.
Oh, I've got a list. It would be nice if the AI answered that way instead of just like, here, what do you think?
No,
I've got a list.
that is what it said. And that actually is the voice. If I use the voice, because it'll talk to me, that's what it'll do.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a list. Here are the worst offenders. All right, so you read the corporate and business.
Corporate and business bull. I guess that's what that is because it says
It
BS.
It is BS.
And I don't think that means balance sheet. And this thing
All right.
Synergy, just saying working together like a normal human.
Just say. So it's saying synergy is overused. So let's just go back to saying working together like a normal human. And I think that's really funny because AI is telling us to be normal human. How ironic.
It's tired of our BS.
All right, what's the next one?
Leverage. You mean use or take advantage of something. Low-hanging fruit. Just say easy win or a quick fix. Okay. Alignment. You mean we agree or we need to get on the same page. Circle back.
Oh God, another one. Circle back makes me. I can't. I just can't handle circle back. And I used to be an offender. I used to say it a lot. Anyway, okay.
I just get a vision of circle back of the wagon trail circling around.
All right. So from now on, I'm going to say we'll follow up. Okay. Next one.
Say follow. Bandwidth. I don't like that one.
I don't like it either, but I do say it. I am an offender. I don't have enough bandwidth to deal with this right now, but I can only say it when I'm not tired, because when I'm tired, I'm going to just say, I don't have enough time. I'm not even going to use capacity. It's above my brain. What's the next one?
Ideation.
Just say brainstorming.
Or coming up with ideas.
I like it. All right, I get the next one. All right, so the next list it gave us, startup and entrepreneur buzzwords. Okay, so disruptor, innovation. Most businesses aren't disrupting anything. They're just existing. So remember that, people, when you want to claim to be the disruptor because something's been the same for a long time, and here you come along, you've got all these wonderful new ideas, and you're going to completely disrupt everything. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe that that's normally the case.
These words really, to me, several of these words, as we've gone down the list, automatically are hitting negative triggers in my head.
Me too. I didn't even realize it's disruptor. Right. But we've tried to use disruptor in a good. I think a lot in politics that has been used. Just disrupting. Anyway, we're not even going to talk politics. All right, going on. How long? Okay, we're at 23 minutes, so we're running long. But this is important. It's important, y'all. Listen. Scaling. So instead of scaling, we need to say growing or expanding.
See, scaling, I think of a fish. We're going to scale and we're going to gut that sucker.
Yeah.
I'd rather use grow and expand. Much better.
Anyway, that's another. Okay, monetize. I'm okay with that one, I think, but maybe y'all aren't. So it just says, let's just say make money from. Let's make some money. Monetize is overused. Fail fast. I don't even hear this one. Do you? Fail fast?
I should.
Can we just say learn from your mistakes like normal people? It cracks me up when AI says like normal people. I find it hilarious. Pivot, agree, but
I don't know. Everybody just likes pivot. Now, pivot still makes me laugh and smile.
I don't think it's as overused. It's just a highly used word.
I don't know if it's highly used or not. I just have the.
Can we let's use pirouette.
Visual image of Ross in the couch episode. Pivot. You'll have to go look it up.
Hurrying along here. Thought leader, which is an expert or someone who won't stop posting on LinkedIn. I thought that
But
was
somebody
funny.
just wants
All
to
right.
sing.
So the next one, self-help and coaching nonsense. I love these. Authenticity. What should we actually say, Sherry? Instead of authenticity, we're going to say,
Be real is easier for me to pronounce.
I like it. Manifesting. So what do you mean?
Set a goal and work towards it.
Empower. Actually, this one is funny because it's empower, and then it says this word is so overused. It's basically a vibe now, not an action. That's hilarious. It's a vibe. Empower. Look at the vibe. Hey, friend, if you're out there, you know who I'm talking to. You used to work here in our office, and you always had the vibe.
She did.
And I love you.
She never loses her vibe.
Oh my gosh, she never will. She just keeps growing it. But we're not going to say she keeps empowering it. Holding space and mindfulness. It started out great, but now it's slapped on everything from corporate workshops to fast food marketing. It's a true story.
Really?
Mindfulness? It doesn't tell us what to use in place of it. So
They used it in fast food marketing. I guess that's just like the thought below to make you.
I don't know. Maybe being mindful of, well, we've got pricing. That's an issue in fast food. We've got, we need healthier foods in our fast food. And then they're trying to tell the human story. So they humanize how fast food can help our lives. I think that's what they're doing with mindful and fast food. Anyway, coming back in from the limb. All right. Marketing and social media overload. I'll give this one back to you.
Engagement. Just say people are liking and commenting. I like it.
Me too.
Content is king.
Yeah.
Good content. It's better. I like it. Hack. A tip or a shortcut. I like that. Journey. Not everything is a journey. Sometimes it's just a decision.
See, and I'm kind of over that too, because that used to be a really powerful thing to say to people. And now I feel like it falls on deaf ears because you hear it everywhere. Like I see memes of it everywhere. It's on t-shirts. It's on signs. It's in the bathroom when I go in there. So I don't even know if I want to be on a journey anymore. Sorry.
I want a decision. I want a destination. Get in, get out. Okay.
Last one. What's our last word?
Tribe. People still say this to describe their audience or their community.
Yes. I mean, maybe not. I know that got a little bit overused. I think that happened when you had groups getting together and they were having experiences. So they would kind of refer to that as their tribe. So, take it or leave it. Some of them were good, some of them were not. But the point is, I'm over the collaboration and the mindful.
Okay.
Definitely over that because I'm definitely over what they mean and what I see it meaning in our community. And I just see people speaking a lot of words that they think are powerful and makes them look like they're the professionals. And I just don't think that's true. That's my opinion. You don't even have to like it. That's fine too. So, alrighty. Let's see. What was the last thing? Okay. What should we be saying? Okay. We've done that. Why this matters for business owners. I thought this was important. If you're drowning in these terms, are you actually doing the work or just pretending? Hello? I mean, I've been trying to say that. I can't find the right direct words that our new partner can. And did y'all like that? If you're drowning in these terms, are you actually doing the work or just pretending? That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. I see it, I hear it, but I don't see the actions. What happens when people stop trusting these words? Does it change how we do business? Anybody thought of that? Kind of like taking antibiotics too much. Take them too much, then they don't work. You say these words too much, you don't show the action, they don't work. Stop doing it. And that's us too. Like
look at these words again, and when you use them and accept, when you start to use them, they work. We go back to that exchange. Right. It accepts, fair, and now it's criminal. You take an antibiotic too much, it will make you sick.
Yeah. Well, and then it will just quit working because your body just feels the resistance. We know whatever. Okay, last thing. Real talk. What words still hold power? What actually matters when you're running a business? So that's what it's telling us we should talk about here, Sherry, is real talk. What words still matter?
I heard you when you said those things.
Okay.
It matters to people to be heard.
Yeah. But what is a word that still matters to you? What word still holds power? Maybe not even in the list. One of mine is authentic. I think that still holds a lot of power to me. Because if you are saying authentic, you better be authentic.
I won't be genuine.
Oh, like genuine singer or genuine, like genuine person?
It's actually genuine person, but this West Kentucky Southern drawl, I like it genuine.
Ooh, and it ends in wine, and I like wine. I can't wait till we do an evening episode over a glass of wine. Oh, watch out for that one. All right, so closing. It tells us to keep it punchy and authentic. I swear I did not say that word because I saw it here. Maybe subconsciously I did. I don't know.
You mentioned bringing some punch.
Okay, so at the end of here's what it wants us to say, Sherry. Do you want to do the closing or you want me? I think you should do the closing.
Oh,
go ahead. Put some feeling in there. Mean it. Authentic.
At the end of the day, you don't need another motivational Instagram quote. You need to figure out what works for you and do that. Let's stop hiding behind the words and let's start building real business. All right, I'm done. Catch you next time.
Oh, thanks, guys. Good to see ya.
Catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's that button over there.
No, it's Look, end session for all.